Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. I have some big news for our viewers and subscribers when it comes to the pandemic unemployment benefits. I have big news. Here's an article on your screen from CNN. Indiana actually restarted pandemic unemployment benefits after judges' orders. Our channel was the first channel on YouTube to actually report that Indiana was facing a lawsuit from its residents over the premature termination of the pandemic unemployment benefits, and many other states have followed. In fact, this is new information. Indiana has now resumed paying the pandemic unemployment benefits, including the $300 a week today, after the State Court of Appeals earlier this week denied the state's attempt to keep them halted. Now, 25,000 individuals in the state of Indiana have already received more than $33 million, according to Regina Ashley, who's the Chief Unemployment Insurance Officer at the State Department of Workforce Development. Now, the $300 a week will resume, and they will be retroactive to the week ending June 26 in the state of Indiana, according to the latest information from Ashley, who again is a Chief Unemployment Insurance Officer at the State Department of Workforce Development. Now, the state had stopped the pandemic unemployment programs as of June 19th. This means that since June 19th, individuals will not only receive the $300 a week unemployment benefits in the state of Indiana, but they will also be retroactive. 120,000 individuals can expect these payments totaling several million dollars. It's very likely that other states will also follow, because other states have also filed lawsuits against their governors, against their governments. Here's a quote from Regina Ashley. She said, "There will be no gap in payments for eligible claimants," adding that the jobless can now file for the missed weeks. This entire saga actually began when unemployed workers filed a lawsuit in the middle of June challenging the Republican governor Eric Holcomb because he had issued an order to seize the payments early, and he argued that there was a worker shortage and therefore there was no need to continue the unemployment benefits. Now, he attempted to terminate the unemployment benefits early, but there are many other unemployed residents, not only in his state, but also in other states, who have filed lawsuits. Now, let's be clear. It has taken several weeks for Indiana to restart the benefits, even after a state judge ruled in late June that the compensation must resume while the case makes its way through the court system. The Indiana Court of Appeals just this week denied the state's motion to stay the preliminary injunction issued by the lower court. Basically, judges in the state of Indiana told the state of Indiana, hey, you've got to resume the unemployment benefits. This is important because it could apply to your state as well. Indiana had been in discussions with the U.S. Department of Labor to restart the benefits, and this is information from Fred Payne. He's a commissioner of the Indiana Department of Workforce Development. The agency has also had to update its computer systems to reflect the change. Now, the benefits have been resumed, but Payne stressed that the state also provides education and job training to help the unemployed return to the labor market. Now, you have heard this before on our channel, and we were the first on YouTube to cover this, but Indiana is one of 26 states that announced they were terminating early. They were terminating unemployment benefits early, not just the $300 a week, but also other unemployment benefits, including the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program. Now, the interesting bit of news here is that in addition to the $300 weekly supplement that was terminated by Indiana, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program for freelance workers, for gig workers, self-employed, independent contractors was also affected. Indiana has paid out $8.6 billion in unemployment insurance to 875,000 people since the pandemic began, but they wanted to bring an end to it. Now, Indiana is not the only state that saw a victory for unemployed workers. In Maryland, unemployed individuals in Maryland also won a court victory this week that is also expected to ensure that they will continue to receive federal benefits. So we have Indiana, one state, and we have Maryland, another state. So what exactly did happen in Maryland? A state judge in Maryland issued a preliminary injunction this week, continuing his ban on the order from the Republican governor Larry Hogan, who wanted to drop the benefits. In other words, benefits will also resume in the state of Maryland. So 2 states have actually done this, and I'm pretty confident that other states will also follow suit. Which are the other states that are in the system right now where unemployed individuals have filed lawsuits against their own governors to resume the $300 a week? Other states include Texas, Ohio, and Oklahoma. There are many states, specifically 26 states, that have terminated pandemic unemployment benefits early. They can indeed restart the payments because the Biden administration said that all they had to do was fill out some paperwork and restart payments. In fact, they should restart payments for the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, but there could be a break in payments for some individuals. In Indiana, specifically, there's going to be no break in payments, but each state is going to approach this a little differently. One thing is for sure, folks, more and more states are likely to resume the unemployment benefit programs, including the $300 a week, including the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, because this has already happened in Indiana and it has already happened in Maryland. Now, other states, the states that are in limbo right now where lawsuits are ongoing, include once again Texas, Ohio, and Oklahoma. And I'll not be surprised if there are other states amongst the 26 states that chose to end unemployment benefits early that also follow behind. If you are in one of the states where your unemployment benefits have ended early, find out if there is some action being taken in your state and then try and join that action or try and support that action so that you can put pressure on your governors to resume the unemployment benefits. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This right here is a little bit of information about me. Please click the like button. Please click subscribe. Please enable notifications. My goal is to bring you all the latest news as it pertains to the country, the economy, as well as our money. I understand unemployment benefits are crucial right now because they help individuals put food on the table. They help individuals make rent. They help individuals keep the lights on. And my goal is to help you overcome the cycle of poverty because I was able to overcome the cycle of poverty that you see on your screen right now. This right here is a little bit of information about me. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. I believe this is very encouraging that Indiana not only got sued, but Indiana also is now saying, hey, we're going to reinstate unemployment benefits and the $300 a week will be retroactive. Maryland is expected to follow, and I won't be surprised if other states like Texas, Ohio, and Oklahoma also follow, because this is essentially a domino effect. One state that resumes benefits will lead to other states resuming benefits because all the lawyers in these other states, like Texas, like Ohio, like Oklahoma, and of course Maryland, are going to argue, hey, it was done in Indiana, why can't it be done here? There is a precedent for something like this. In other words, this has happened before and this needs to happen in our state as well. And I hope for your sake, for the ability to put food on the table, to make rent, to keep the lights on, for those who need help the most, for those who are dependent on unemployment benefits, this does indeed happen. Please click the like button, please subscribe, please enable notifications. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.